Hi, I'm Trent. I'm doing my pre-reading vlog for the book ComeBack. I chose this book because it looked like it had a very interesting story, and it makes you question because on the back it says, how does an LA honor student, then she gets to rural Indiana, so it makes you wonder how'd she get from LA to Indiana, and later on it says, ultimate decision to force her into treatment in Eastern Europe, so I don't know where Europe comes into this, so it's really intriguing. It leaves you with unanswered questions of LA to Indiana to Europe. I think the book will be about a runaway teen and her mom trying to find her, an inspirational story. So,
hello and welcome to my pre-reading vlog for AP Language and Composition, or APLAC. And today I'm going to be talking about the book ComeBack by Claire and Mia Fontaine and why our group chose this book. So it's actually kind of funny because when we had the sign-up sheet for which book we wanted to choose, we kind of accidentally slept in a little bit and forgot about the sign-up thing, so this was kind of one of the only options we had left, which wasn't a bad thing because we weren't entirely opposed to reading this book. It seemed pretty interesting, and this was actually one of our choices. Based on what the back says, it seems like it's going to be about a mother and a daughter and like the secrets that they kind of keep from each other, like how the daughter is living like a double life or whatever without the mom really knowing about it. So I think that's going to be really, really interesting to find out about how that all unravels and what that's kind of about and how they get to that point and how they kind of come together after that difficult time in their lives.
Hello. So for the summer reading assignment, my group and I picked the book ComeBack by Claire Fontaine and Mia Fontaine. And basically, from what the back of the book says, it's basically, I'm assuming, going to be about a mother and a daughter's story through the daughter's struggle with drug addiction. And I'm assuming it's going to dive deeper into how and why the daughter, got addicted to drugs. And basically, I'm assuming it's just going to be about their relationship throughout this, troubling time in their life, and if it brings them closer together, farther apart, or in between. We picked this book because, well, honestly, if you want the real answer, we slept in the day of the sign-up, and we were one of the last groups to go, but this is all we were left with, and I am excited to read it and hoping for the best.
I gotta get the shot right. No, my question. Okay, so yeah.
oh, it's already. Oh.
Okay, so book club session 1. So my question is, Claire goes through a lot with like Mia running away and stuff. So like, how would you feel if you were in Claire's shoes? Like, how would you feel about if your own daughter did that?
Well, for a good portion of the beginning of the book, Claire's extremely confused as to why Mia felt the need to do something like that. I don't know, I guess I would definitely feel the way Claire did, which was just very confused, and for a long time Claire was just trying to find answers as to why.
Mm-hmm. I would feel very panicked. I'd search all I had in Earth just to try and find like my kid.
And honestly, I would just be, like you said, just like really confused because it just kind of comes out of the blue. Like you're like, whoa, my daughter is living this entire life that I didn't know that she was living.
Yeah,
and
she did so well.
I know, like how can you hide that?
Yeah.
Like, how can you hide, like, doing drugs, like, with shady people and stuff when you're just, like, this straight-A student or something? Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Scoot in a little bit.
It's hot out here.
Parts that, like...
Rolling with the homies.
Session 2.
So, why do you think the media and the news did what they did to shut Morava down?
Honestly, like, knowing the media and, like, the news and stuff, they're always in it for a good story. Like, that would kind of be what you'd expect from...
target?
Yeah, it's like an easy target. You'd expect that to come from that, so they're like, oh, this is already expected of it, so might as well turn it into a good story.
And whatever sells papers,
Exactly. It's like,
remember that law where it said you couldn't send your kid overseas or to another country?
Yeah, they were like...
So they saw that and just decided, like... It was
I feel like they were, like, using, like, the fine details in, like, law and stuff to try to, like, make it seem like they're these horrible people. Yeah. And, like, even when they were questioning, like, the kids in Morava, they were, like, half the kids didn't even feel that way about Morava. Like, they liked it and stuff.
But why would they listen to the kids?
They wouldn't listen to them. Mm-hmm. Like, they kept on asking them, like, questions that kind of, like, led them to say certain things, rather than them speak.
They went into it already having their own outcome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, it was pointless even talking to the kids, but they probably had to follow their own protocols.
Okay, we're filming.
Oh.
Okay.
Hop squat.
I'm sorry, Miss Christo. Session 3.
Okay, so my question is, towards the end of the book, Mia talks about her transition phases from Morava to Montana, and then Montana to the real world. So if you were in that situation, how do you think you would transition? Like, would you be worried of relapsing? I don't know. How do you think you would handle that if you were in that situation?
After that long, I'd worried I wouldn't like fit in anymore.
And there's like so many like new people she has to meet. There's only like a select few people who come with her from Morava to the Montana place.
Even when she adapts to Montana, like, if that was me, and, like, you know, obviously you'd have to adapt from Morava to Montana and then Montana to real world, I'd be terrified to leave, like, the safety of Montana, because I would see who I was as a person there, and I would worry that once I was set free again, that I would just lose my way.
Hi, and welcome to my final vlog about the book ComeBack. What I gotta say is I really like the book. It's a really good book, and it portrays both sides beautifully from mother and daughter. It really makes it like tense. The writing's really good. I could never imagine living through something like this. Like even just reading it was tense at times. It's a really good book. It really tells you a lot about like their strain and their relationship and like their backstories. I personally did not pick out this book from what we picked, but I'm really glad that I got to read this. I would never have known about this otherwise. One part that I really found interesting in the book is when Mia was transferred to Montana, she actually didn't run even though there was no walls and like really nothing stopping her other than like a long hike back to civilization. I found that like was really interesting and really showed like her growth as a person, and I'm hoping that she saw that at the time too.
Hello and welcome to my post-reading vlog for the book ComeBack. I just want to go right out and say that this book was a really big surprise because it turned out a lot different than I thought it was going to turn out. It delved into some topics that I've never really had to explore before in books or in my own personal life. It got into some very uncomfortable topics to read about. Like there were moments in there where it was difficult to read. I was like feeling like a lot of like emotions within me, but there were also some very big uplifting moments in there that just made you feel really good. And it was like 1 minute you're rooting for like the mom's side and you're just like, why Mia, why are you doing this? And like the next second you're on Mia's side and you're wondering why the mother's doing what she's doing. And sometimes it just totally flips scripts on you. And I would definitely recommend reading this book. Even though it is an assigned reading book, I would recommend reading it outside of school because it was really good. So yeah.
Hello. So, after reading the book ComeBack, I have to admit when we first got this book for our summer reading, I was a little hesitant. It was not my first pick, but I loved this book, and I actually ended up finding that there were a lot of things in this book that I felt like I could really relate to in my personal life, and you know, some good things, some bad things, and I will admit there were some moments in the book where it was hard to read, and hard to read meaning tough. It's just tough situations, and it's not at all what I thought it was going to be. It really talks more about just Mia and Claire's life in general, and kind of what brought them to this point in time in on this journey. But it's not all about just drug addiction. It's about, you know, domestic abuse and sexual abuse and just feeling misunderstood. And I just thought it was a very inspiring book to see the journey that they both, as a mother and daughter team, that they went on, and it really was amazing. I like this book, so I recommend.